Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Ben from Skinnyfat Duck, and today we're going to be checking out, or rather starting a Let's Play of Tangledeep. Now this is a game that came out, I want to say in 2017 or 2018. It's a turn-based roguelike, or roguelite, depending on how you play it. Very, very good game, and it's one of those rare occurrences where an older game actually gets lots of content updates, both free and paid, well after its initial debut, which I always thought's pretty cool. But I've been playing the crap out of this game, and I thought, you know what? Especially for those that have never heard of this before, but you do enjoy roguelites, and even if you don't, there are a lot of different settings you can adjust to make it very newcomer friendly. But today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start a new adventure, and although it gives you the option to do Mirai's or Shera's story, we are going to do Mirai's because that's the canon beginning, I guess, even though Shera was like paid or downloadable content, not paid, I don't think. I think it was a free update, but anyway, it's a prequel to the original game, or a prequel story rather. So we're gonna start with Mirai here. So let's see. Tangledeep calls to me, and its secrets may change the world. Mirai is driven by innate curiosity. Starting among a colorful cast of characters in Riverstone Camp, she ventures into Tangledeep to reveal its mysteries. Core story of Tangledeep for players of all skill levels. Earn experience to level up, blah blah blah. For untold generations, my people have lived deep within the earth, surrounded by verdant subterranean forests, sparkling waters, and crystalline luminance. We all have a special connection to this world, a bond with nature we call the touch. Some are born with an abundance of touch, which fills them with a sense of adventure, an urge to explore the wilds beyond our home. All with the touch inherit the appearance of animals. And sometimes when we fully experience the touch, we are drawn to the Tangledeep, ever-changing labyrinth that leads upward to a world no one has ever seen. I've never felt the touch, unlike so many others in my home at Riverstone Camp, but there's so much I want to learn about Tangledeep. Today, I've decided I will go there and find my own answers. Alright. We got different game modes here, and of course, like I said, it even shows you right here, recommended for roguelike beginners, if you wanted to do that. For the longest time, I played heroic mode. More recently, I have been really enjoying Ronin mode, which is kind of a highly randomized version of the original game. But I think today what we're going to do is do hardcore mode, which is still, for the main story, is going to be relatively, well, it should be relatively simple. I say that, and I may eat my words later. So anyway, you have a bunch of different classes to choose from, different difficulty, ranges, so to speak. Some of the easier ones are going to be your Brigand and your Paladin, but I think for the sake of this Let's Play, we're going to be the Boudica. I just find they are they're pretty powerful, and they're pretty straightforward to play, so I figured it might be a good introduction to everything. And I will just go ahead and say this playthrough is just going to be the base game. No New Game Plus or any of the content like that. We may explore some of the additional content that you still have access to, but it'll primarily be about the main campaign. So anyway, let's go ahead and pick the Boudica. So you select 2 feats, basically permanent passives. Normally for survivability, it's pretty useful to either do toughness, thirst quencher, and or food lover. I think But you could make arguments for, like, if you wanted more champion monsters, so potential for better loot and stuff like that, and also scavenger. I think I am just going to play it safe, just for the sake of this. We'll go with toughness and thirst quencher. Of course, there's some other modifiers you can select here to kind of adjust your experience to best fit your own desires. So anyway, we'll go ahead and, just for the sake of this, we're going to randomize the name here. Yeah, we'll go with Alexa, just so I can differentiate it from my other files. So let's go ahead and do it. Alexa, Boudica, hardcore mode, toughness, thirst quencher. You can put a world seed in there if you have it, but we don't. So let's just get going. If you're new to the channel while this is loading, we play a variety of different games. I tend to focus on RPGs, whereas Corey kind of plays RPGs too, but also plays a variety of stuff. So anyway, if you have any interest in that, definitely check it out. Consider subscribing. We would appreciate it. Ooh, and I need to go ahead and fix that. Unfortunately, there is a pretty significant nasty bug in this latest version, and I should say I'm playing this on Nintendo Switch. It's available on Steam. Not sure if it's available on other consoles, but it has, you basically just have to toggle the footstep volume because it starts out enormously loud. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Okay, so change your clothes here. This only alters your appearance. And we don't have any other jobs we've done, so we're not going to worry about that. Hello, dear child. Many blessings upon you, you and all the unshelled. So you can get temporary buffs from this shell person. They can also heal you. Although it does get more expensive the more times you do it. Tangledeep has many tales as leaves and branches. Legends stand tall like ancient trees, but they're grounded in winding roots and countless stories. Would you like to make some stories of your own? This is where you get your rumors, which are basically side quests. I think they're pretty much randomly generated. But you'll generally have an objective, and you'll get random things. But the good thing is, you're not obligated to do any of them, and the rewards can sometimes be good. So this one is to kill 3 Quilkin with the element of physical in the Cedar Caverns. Why not? Tangledeep curry-loving, mold-infested vermin. That might be a little tricky because we don't have the... We're going to have to make a Tangledeep curry. Ravenous mold. What is with the mold-infested vermin? That's in Riverstone Waterway. We can take care of all those things. Welcome to Nando's. I've got the finest food and the smoothest moves. Want to buy some? Some food, that is. Tell me about your food. Outstanding. Huff huff. I started with the best all-natural ingredients, locally sourced, of course. Pick it up with a pinch secret spice blend, and that's it. Eat food to recover stats quickly, but you'll need time to digest, so don't just pick out whenever. Yeah, one of the biggest things, I would say this game overall, the base game anyway, is one of the easier roguelikes, as long as you aren't doing the highly randomized mode. But one thing you have to keep in mind is you have a flask and you can eat food, and 90% of the restorative stuff is over time as opposed to instant, and so you kind of have to gauge the situation and kind of adapt accordingly, because a lot of times you can't get an instant, rush of health. Although there are health potions that do that, but they're, at least in early on, kind of few and far between. Alright, we don't have a ton of money. So, like I said, I don't know how we're going to be able to make that Tangledeep curry. We could... You know what? Let's take a gamble here. Oh, what am I doing? We'll go ahead and make a Tangledeep curry here. Okay. So now we'll be able to fulfill that side quest. You've arrived. Yeah, best day ever. You and me are going to get along so great. We're going to take such good care of each other, and you're climbing all the way to the top. Tippy top of Tangledeep. See my loot, swords and boots. Be prepared for any route. You can do it. It's a family tradition. My sisters and I just love adventurers like you. We think you're the coolest and strongest and the best. We keep our shops chock full of the sparkliest gear we can find and sell it cheap. Power sold for little gold to arm our heroes strong and bold. That's our family motto. Yeah. Alright, well, unfortunately we don't have any money. Been waiting my whole life to explore Tangledeep. All I have to do is cross the bridge to the northeast and enter the cave. To the south is Riverstone Grove. It's got a tree grove, an empty corral, and a broken down old machine. Maybe after I start exploring Tangledeep. Yes, we will return to the south later. Oh, we didn't talk to this guy. The winding threads of destiny are fraught with peril. Neither the quill nor the spoken word will save you. Trust only the blade of the axe, the feathers of the bow, and your own fighting spirit. Turn to me when you have become advanced in your job, and I'll teach you the paths of weapon mastery. Okay. So basically, you can learn some more active and passive abilities from him, and also some gear in the form of an emblem. Let's go ahead and look at our abilities here. Now, obviously, we just started out, so we don't have a ton of options. So I think what we're going to do... This one... Basically, a chance to mark an enemy so they take increased damage, which is pretty nice. And we'll do 100 Fist, which is kind of like a conal or rectangular area of effect attack that does weapon power is physical. It becomes extremely powerful. And I think after that... Palm Thrust might be good to get out of sticky situations. I believe that it sends... Yeah, create a wave of force with your palms, sending enemies flying. Stuns for 1 turn and deals damage if they hit something. So that may be useful. Sometimes the best offense is a defense in this kind of game, so being able to get out of hairy situations is useful. So anyway, I think... that's going to do it. And of course, you have your passive, your innate abilities. We're on tier 1 right now, so if we stay unarmed, we can attack with our left and right fist and deal extra damage. So that means we can't equip a offhand or a main hand, with the exception of a bow, but we'll kind of see how that goes in just a minute. Today's a big day. I'm so excited for you. Have you spoken to Erin at the campfire yet? She will give you rumors that will help you guide your journey into Tangledeep. We've even earned rewards for investigating them. Heard some rumors myself, though I couldn't quite believe. Everyone knows about the monsters and ruffians hanging out just ahead in the follies, but beyond that, everything is shrouded in mystery. People have brought back powerful ancient gear. There are stories of ruined old cities, valleys made of fungus, and metal that lives. If even half of that is true, well, you're in for some adventure, that's for sure. Greatest treasure of all is knowledge. What's up there? What's at the end? There even an end? There's so much we don't know about where we came from. Your heroism will help us all. Alright. We'll go ahead and go into the Cedar Cave. I won't play the tutorial floors because I've already been talking so much. And I can kind of explain different stuff. But, I mean, if you have played Safest areas of Tangledeep are still dangerous. Many have tried to tame it. I can't. It went away. But if you have played roguelikes before, specifically turn-based ones, you'll pick up on it pretty quickly. But generally, what I like to do is it's kind of just explore each floor and see what we find before we move on to the next floor. So we're going to do that. Just kind of map out the entire area. And one interesting thing to note about this game is it has an amazing soundtrack. I mean, the visuals are great too, but it has an amazing soundtrack from the likes of Grant Kirkhope, Hiroki Kakuta, I believe, of I want to say Secret of Mana, the Mana series in general. One of those JRPG series. But anyway, it's very you can really see some of their influence in a lot of the game's songs, which I think is cool. Alright, I'm not sure why that was saying defense down. Alright, we gotta level up. So you can do an extra boost. I think all your stats raise. In this case, I'm going to do Guile, which is crit chance and parry chance and stuff like that. Anyway, we will go ahead and go. I saw we have the stairs to Cedar Cavern's second floor. But I also want to go to the carrot patch here. We'll be able to get some goodies. Oh, and it said it's day 2. So we'll be able to go back to town and potentially get some stuff. Farm fresh carrots. Please take one honor system. Well, too late for that. Alright, so every day, the vendors are reset, so you can get some new stuff. Go ahead and sell our unequipped gear. And one of the first things you want to pick up is a ranged weapon. We don't have a ton of options, so we'll just go with that. Not a ton. Of options for now, because again, we just don't have a ton of money. But anyway, I think that's a good end for this first episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, consider subscribing, and we'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.